All right, Brad.
All right, Joseph.
You know what we're doing?
I do know what we're doing. We're writing an episode of Seinfeld today. Right there, baby.
Seinfeld time. It's sign time. It's sign in time. Anyways.
I almost said
It's spell time?
Scientology. No.
Timefeld? Pick an A-plot, Brad.
Tool time.
Feld.
All right, baby. A-plot is... Oh, God.
Oh, my
there
goodness.
It goes.
You dropped the plot.
Like half of the HBO shows.
Ooh.
Here, have to take care of elderly.
Okay.
Oh, no.
An elderly episode.
All of our friends in the show are going to fail at it.
B-plot.
B-plot. I got you. We're not going to drop this one. All right. Someone tries a new technology.
New technology. Okay.
This is a great episode. You ready for my C-plot?
C-plot.
We have going to a party you don't want to go to.
Okay. An unwanted party going.
Yes, party we do not want to attend. Oh, the chaos all of our characters
Elderly.
could have with all of these. Who would despise taking care of the elderly the most? I want to say it might be Costanza.
I feel like this has been an episode
I feel
before.
like it has too.
I don't remember if it was George or Elaine who had to take care of an old man.
That also, yeah.
I think that is an episode. But I mean, that's what you do in New York is you hang out with older people. And
Absolutely.
they all
know
have
things.
parents, so maybe it could be a parents episode. You were just saying before the recording you weren't a fan of the parents in Seinfeld, or you just didn't watch it?
I just when I watch Seinfeld, like I'm gonna watch Seinfeld from the beginning to end. I did not get to the point where the parents are introduced, but I have seen episodes that they are in, so I'm familiar enough.
So I don't know who's hanging out with the elderly. Should we make this a Jerry plot?
Since we think both Elaine and George have done this before, I think a Jerry would be good.
Okay, yeah, we'll do Jerry. Okay, what is it? New technology. That seems like a Kramer thing.
That does seem like a Kramer thing. He seems like he's going to struggle with anything in general, honestly.
Yeah.
The question is, what new technology do we want to have Kramer with?
What was the 90s? What was, I don't know, what's new technology in the 90s?
America Online.
Yeah, maybe like a computer. He's like trying, I don't know, were computers in the 90s? I don't know.
Jokes. Computers were in the 90s. I
was only in.
Sometimes you would have to get the internet from a free compact disc that you would get at Burger King next to the drinks. It would give you 50 or 100 free hours of America Online.
Okay. Keep in mind, I was only in like 12% of the 90s, so I'm not.
I was in about 80%.
Okay.
I think internet would be fun.
Okay.
Internet and or like CD. I see him struggling with how do I get the internet from the CD.
Okay.
Like that's kind of the idea I have.
Does he want it for porn?
It's Kramer. He's gonna want it for porn. The woman across the street is no longer keeping her blinds open.
And should we have someone, maybe Elaine or someone, has to teach Kramer about it? Do you think?
I could see that. Yeah.
Because it is a toss-up between Elaine or George. Because none of them want to go to a party.
That's the thing. They're not party goers. They're not party people.
So who doesn't want to go to the party? And whoever
also doesn't want to go to the party can hang out with Kramer.
Yeah.
Going to a party they don't want to go to. Elaine or George. Oh, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
We wrote ourselves into a corner.
We really did. Because we can really...
Let's just say George.
Let's just say George. Elaine can help Kramer. Wonderful.
All right. So
we have our app.
Jerry's taking care of the elderly. Why is Jerry taking... What are the circumstances that led Jerry to take care of the elderly?
See, Jerry at the end of the day does have some form of a moral compass.
Right.
So I feel like one day he's the kind of person that would wake up and just be like, I want to give back to the community.
Yeah, that could be like, maybe he's doing like a charity thing or...
Right. There's a part of me that's like, oh, we could make it like a stand-up thing, but then it's like, does Jerry want to do stand-up at 11 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, that would be kind of funny. Is like he's getting paid really well to like go do stand up at this like old people home, but they're
just not into it.
Or maybe it's like the nurses and such. I know Jerry Seinfeld is a clean comic, but just in the context of the show, maybe the nurses are like, stay clean because we don't want to rile up the old people. And then Jerry's like, how am I going to do a clean set? I have this new joke I'm working on, and it kills every night, but it's about pussy. I have to say pussy 3 times in the joke. I can't not say pussy.
No, he has to say pussy.
Could that be? I don't know. Could that be the plot?
It could be. Yeah.
But he's not really taking care of the elder. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
That's the thing. It's oh yeah, we are taking care of elderly. We're not just.
He has to like spend time with them because it's like a far drive.
That's the thing. Socializing with them is taking care of them.
Yeah.
If they don't have someone to converse with, they go.
And maybe it's like a Happy Gilmore thing where it's like that. The elderly are like whispering to Jerry like, "Hey, Jerry, you got to get us out of here," and then he's like, "They're having no fun. You can't swear."
That I can see.
Yeah.
Just like, please help me.
Yeah. And he's like,
they beat us at night.
Yeah. They're like, Jerry, you have to help us. And then, maybe the culmination could be like he's doing his set and, he's looking out at the crowd and he just sees all these elderly and he's like, I got to give them some joy.
Yeah.
And so he says like asshole or something like that. Or he says penis or something. And then they all start cheering and he's like, ah. He's like, that's the biggest applause I ever had.
A standing ovation with mostly people in wheelchairs.
Yeah. and then like the nurses and like the guards are just beating the old people. They're like, stop clapping.
Stop.
And they're like trying to usher Jerry off the stage. And he's like, thank you.
And he just thinks he crushed.
Yeah.
that can definitely
that's pretty good.
I love it.
Okay, so now this new technology, Kramer, he's trying to figure out this computer.
He's trying to figure out how to get the internet from this stupid little plastic disc into his very expensive computer.
Yeah.
Or if it's not his computer, it's probably Jerry's computer.
Yeah.
And the idea of that just does not compute to him.
Yeah. Maybe the Pam Anderson tape had just come out, and so Kramer's trying to get a hold of it. Do you think they would do that on Seinfeld?
They probably wouldn't say Pam Anderson, at least not that early, but they probably would have been like, oh, the Playmate.
Yeah.
Or the drummer's wife or something like that.
There's some celebrity tape that Kramer wants to get a hold of.
Yeah, he has to get a hold of it. Or, this could be interesting.
Yeah, let's hear it.
He gets his hands on a celebrity tape and is like, I have to publish this.
Yeah.
But then it turns out to not be a celebrity tape. Or it's not that celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Elaine is the one who like goads him into doing it. She's like, Kramer, you could get rich if you did that.
Right, yeah. Absolutely, because Elaine's not as good of as good of a person.
And so they're trying to figure out how to upload, start a website so they can sell this tape.
Yeah. But then they're like, how do they get the tape to the computer?
Yeah. But then what's the revelation on the tape? What's on it?
The revelation, it could go a different. It could be there's nothing that.
Maybe he taped over it on accident?
It could be taped over. It could be he fucked the film up somehow. Because like in VCRs, the film would sometimes like get bundled up and sometimes it would like break and then the tape's fucked.
Yeah.
It could be not at all what he thought. It could be for... I'm trying to think of like a funny way to twist it. Like, no, it's not a sex tape. It's a sex tape. Like, I don't know. Like sex education or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm trying to make. Oh, it's not what he thought it was.
Yeah, it's like a miscommunication.
Like how one word can mean two things.
Maybe like Elaine watches it and she realizes she's in it. Like maybe.
Oh, that's way more interesting than whatever the fuck I just said.
That she was dating like a baseball player or something,
or like a cinematographer.
Yeah, or she was dating some celebrity. And so Kramer was like, but then they broke up with her, and so she's like bitter about it.
Yeah,
and so she wants to help Kramer get back at this guy for breaking up with her.
Yeah,
by leaking the sex tape, and until she realizes she's in it.
Yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah,
I love that way more than my attempt at trying to say sex is two different things.
It's like, no, it's a sextant tape. It's
something like that. Yeah. Like it's a sex ed tape. Like, I don't know. It's Kramer. He gets confused.
Does the tape get leaked or does Elaine destroy it?
I think it'd be better if Elaine destroyed it.
Yeah.
Because that way, like, Kramer can't possibly get rich or abuse it somehow, or it can't like accidentally fall into the garbage or something like that.
Also, her nip already got leaked in an episode, so
oopsie.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I like that.
I love that. Yeah, that's very fun.
So now the C plot. George doesn't want to go to a party.
George does not want to go to a party, which is very on brand for him.
Is it a party with his parents, maybe?
That could be a thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I mean, I don't want to say who would want to go to the party with their parents. Depends on the party.
Well, he was living with his parents for some portion of the show, and so maybe that's like a condition of him living with them is like
you have to come with us to things.
You have to come with us to
Aunt Joy's Super Bowl party.
Yeah, something like that. And he's just dreading it. I mean, that in and of itself, it's it could just be just clips of George just looking unhappy at a party.
That's the thing. It kind of writes itself. He's already a fairly miserable person.
Yeah. It could be maybe he goes to the party begrudgingly, but then he meets like someone at the party, and he's like, oh, I love this party.
I was gonna suggest the same thing. Okay. Like there should be something that like, oh, I like being here. I'm glad I came.
Yeah. But then his parents aren't having a good time, and so they
try to leave, and he's like, no, we can't leave. Yeah, that could definitely be a thing.
Maybe he like meets a girl.
Yep.
Either a girl or a really cool guy. I don't know which one George would prefer.
That's the thing, because he likes trying. He attempts to be like a social status kind of person, like cigar in a private box kind of guy.
Yeah.
I feel like girl is more like believable. I mean, they're both believable. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's like there's like a really cool guy there who he like has a cool cigar collection, and he's wearing a cool suit, and he like, I don't know, maybe he did it like a backpacking through Europe thing, and George, he's just like a really handsome guy who like lived like this adventurous life, and George just like loves listening to his stories.
It sounds like a dreamboat.
Yeah. He's just a sexy guy, this Fabio guy.
Yeah, and George is just like, I want to be him.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, I want to be around him.
And so he's like just sitting there like watching it. Like maybe there's like a scene where like the girl cousins are like all like drooling over him and staring at it, and then George is in the middle like also like
also drooling.
Yeah. And then his parents are like, all right, George, we gotta go. And he's like, but he didn't finish his story. And then they're like, come on, your mother's tired, George, we gotta go. And then he's like, no, I want, and they're like dragging
5 more minutes.
Yeah. And then he tries to like give him his number, and like he's like, oh no, George, I can't, like I don't know, some reason he can't take his number.
I think it'd be funny if he's like, oh no, George, I'm straight.
Yeah.
The George is like, wait, no, I'm straight too.
Yeah. And he's like,
he's like, you've been drooling over me all night.
I think that's pretty great. Pretty good.
I love this. I love this episode. Emmy nominated.
All right, let's start from the top. Jerry, he gets this offer, a ton of money. He has to go perform at this old people home, this elderly care home. And the staff is all telling him, like, you got to be on your best behavior. We don't want to get these old people too excited. And they're all the old people, they look like they're in Misery, the play or the book, whatever. And they're like tied to a bed.
I was gonna say that's a lot of old people. Just a lot of beds.
And they're like, Jerry, please, like, there's no fun here. Like they're so rude to us. And Jerry's like, I don't know what you want me to do.
Do you want me to tell a dirty joke?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
please, God.
He's like performing, and like at first he's just like doing like, clean jokes, and all the old people are just, and then you see the staff, and they're just,
they're so just angry because now they have to put up with fiery old people for the next whoever knows how long.
Yeah. And then maybe Jerry's like dirty joke is still like clean. He's like, and then she fell on her butt, and then they're like, he said butt,
right? Yeah. They're like, oh, we don't hear that word around here.
And they all start laughing, they all start cheering, but then Jerry's like dragged out, and he's like, I did it for the old people. And Maybe they don't pay him or something. They're like, you broke your contract. Whatever.
Right, yeah. That would suck.
And he's like, I don't care about the money. I did it for the people.
For them. I did it for the olds.
Yeah, it could be like a Soylent Green reference. You know how Seinfeld always has like references to movies?
Yeah, that would be brilliant. I love that.
Okay, plot B. Kramer gets this tape of this celebrity that Elaine used to date. And he's like, I'm going to leak it on the internet.
Or he's going to like sell it for whatever. Or he's going to sell copies of it.
And so him and Elaine are trying to figure out how to use the computer. And Elaine's like, let me see it. And he's like, no, this is great stuff. And then, but then they put it in and they realize that it's Elaine. And so she, obviously she shuts it down.
Yeah, she's got to get rid of it.
Maybe Kramer, like, once they figure out how to set up the computer, that's when Kramer is like, shows her the tape. And then she realizes she can't let this out. So she like busts into Kramer's room with an axe and like, smashes up his VCR. And he's like, why'd you do that? And she's like, this can never come out.
This is horrible. This is sexist. This is like, I think it would be funny for Elaine to take that route.
Yeah. And then George, he has to go to this party with his parents, this Super Bowl party. But he meets a guy there, and he's just such a cool, strong, handsome guy with interesting stories. And George is just drooling over him, but then he's just not into him. And his parents take him home, and
George gets confused for a
homosexual,
a gay man, which is okay. But in the
not
90s,
that there's anything wrong with that.
90s, and if you're trying to get tail like Costanza, it's not helping your game.
Yeah. This is pretty one of the best Seinfeld episodes we wrote.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I would watch the fuck out of this.
I would watch this one a ton of times on streaming.
Yes,
on
streaming.
Netflix or Hulu, whatever it's on.
I may even pay 99 cents for it on iTunes.
As you should. And as you should too. If you
really
like
should.
these videos and these sitcoms, tell us what other sitcoms we should write about.
Yes, please. We'll have fun with it.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.